Hey, what's up you guys? It is me, Natasha, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I really want to talk about 10, yes, that's right, 10 different ways on how you can stop absorbing all this negative energy around you. Because regardless if it is residual or if someone's actually throwing negative energy at you, we absolutely have the control over what has access to us and what has the power to influence us. So if you want to learn on how you can counteract this beyond just your basic aura shielding and protection wards, then please keep watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button, you guys, so that you guys can show me your support and also show me that you like this type of content so I can keep making it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you guys can never miss out on my free and informative spiritual content because I love teaching. So that being said, everything that I will be talking about in this video, I will have it typed out in the description box below. So if you are a learner that not only needs to, see it and hear it visually to retain it, but also needs to write it down, then check that out. Put this information in your spiritual journal or in your book of shadows or in your grimoire because this information is for you guys. So that being said, let's move right on into the 10 ways that you guys can stop absorbing this negative energy. And we're moving in with number 1. And yes, I will be referencing a piece of paper because I want to make sure that I don't miss out on any details for you guys because this information's for you. So yes, this is a good one. Okay, so the first one is going to involve a chakra point. So I'm going to speak very clearly and simply. So we do have 7 major chakra points, but for this tip, we're talking about one specifically, which is the solar plexus chakra. Now, if you're not knowledgeable within chakras, just to be simple about it, the solar plexus chakra is about 2 inches above your belly button. So it's like here, I would say, like your upper abdomen. And you can make the intention to block this specific chakra because what you may or may not know is that your solar plexus chakra, it deals with willpower. And it's also known as your, think of it like the battery in your aura. It's literally the fire in your belly, okay? Like this is where your vitality literally is generated and sits within your energetic body. So your solar plexus, this is where your vitality is. So if you leave it open, people can have access to your energy. But let's say you are, in public. Let's say you're waiting in line, to shop or to get a bite to eat or waiting to be set or whatever. You can make the intention to block your solar plexus chakra so that nothing has the power to drain you or for you to absorb this negative energy around you. So whether that's crossing your arms over your belly button, or if you want to wear a specific waist belt that has the intention to block or defend, or return back to sender, something reflective, or you can make the intention to wear maybe some waist beads, where you can have the intention to block or to activate your solar plexus even more, like with citrine. So the point is, if you block your solar plexus specifically, like by, covering it in some fashion, you have the ability to make sure that nothing is draining you or you're just absorbing it into your vitality, into your being, okay? So just simply cross your arms over your belly button and make the intention that, no, I'm not absorbing anything and you don't have access to me, okay? Number 2. Yeah, so this is going to be a tip if you are very sensitive, very intuitive, and you can feel within your space in the room of, oh, wow, this is where the negativity is. It's somewhere around here in this room. Or, wow, it's coming from this specific person. This is the tip for that, okay? So if you can feel where the negativity is within a space or that's coming from a specific person, immediately do not engage with that. take your attention away. So you can physically look away, you can walk away into a different space, but sometimes that is also not enough. But energy goes where attention goes. So if you're taking your attention off of that energy, you're not absorbing it. You're not attaching yourself to that. So, but for example, let's say you know it's from a specific person and you're looking away, you're walking away, but they keep following you. For example, like sometimes that happens. So a good way you can return this negative energy back to that person is you can look at their feet, and the energy will be sent back to them for them to absorb. Because what's happening is when you know where the negativity is and you're saying, no, I do not want to absorb this, and you look at their feet, it's being sent right back onto them through their earth star chakra, through their root chakra. So when that's happening, it's being sent right on back to them. And in that way, you're really just deflecting. You're not causing more harm. It was sent to you, but you're making the decision of, I'm not absorbing this. I don't want to take this on. So that's a very good tip, especially when you're around family, or again, you just don't want to absorb this. So, but that's for if you can tell where the energy is coming from. Okay, number 3, affirmations. Affirmations are amazing because you are basically declaring, you're making a statement of your intention. And just for an example, all negative energy being sent to me, I return back to sender 3 times 3. Now that's a very basic affirmation, but just as an example, you want it to be a definitive statement of I will, I have, or it already is, basically. You don't want to say it will. You want to basically make your statement of, I do not consent this. All negativity being sent to me, return back to sender 3 times 3, or I send this somewhere else specific. You want to make the intention that you do not absorb this, but in your own wording that feels right to you. So I hope that helps. You can really play around with your words, but make sure you're being very specific on, what you want and what you don't want. And make sure it's you declaring it, not I will, or it will be, or stuff like that, okay? Make sure you're certain, be definitive, declare your statement, okay? Now we're going to talk about visualization. So this is number 4. So this is something I actively do a lot. Is, regardless of wherever I'm at, I like to visualize the negative energy coming off of me, and it's pouring back to the air, into the atmosphere to be sent to source. So sometimes what I like to do is I'll shake my body, or I'll tap, or I'll stretch or massage my body to kind of, wake my body up, or to shake these vibrations. And then I'll visualize these energies actually coming off of me, and I can make the intention to send it to source, which is the universe, the creator, God, whatever you want to call that. You can make the intention to send it to Mother Earth through a grounding cord with visualization, or you can send it back to the original person. So when you're doing visualization in this way of where, I don't want to absorb this, ask yourself, where do I want this to go? If I'm not absorbing this, where is this going? So you could visualize it coming off of you, going to source. You can visualize this coming off of you, going into the earth to be transmuted. Or you can send this back to where it had came from. That is what I love to do on a daily basis. You can really play around with it. Sometimes I will just send it right to source, but sometimes I'll give it to the earth. So, or back to where it came from. It really depends on the circumstance. I will leave that up to your own intuition and your own discernment to choose that upon yourself. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're halfway through. And this is another visualization technique. So another way you can stop absorbing this negative energy around you is to actually visualize a shield or a filter around you. And what that means is you can visualize an actual shield, so where nothing will penetrate the shield. A shield is basically a very strong field to where nothing can penetrate it. A filter is more so like a shield, but with holes in it, where you can kind of pick and choose what energies do I want to keep out and what energies do I want to absorb. So for an example, let's say I just want the intention of, I don't want to absorb anything. I just want my energy to be contained within itself, to not be tainted by any outside influences. That will be best for visualizing a shield. Now the other case is, when do I want to visualize, a filter? A filter would be like, let's say I visualize a bubble and it has holes on it, and I'm picking what energies I want to absorb. So let's say I'm at Walmart or a music concert and I'm feeling all this residual collective energy, and some of it feels kind of negative, but maybe I want the energy or the hypeness of the concert. Maybe I want to feel, alive and, excited from the crowd, but maybe I don't want to feel the drugs or, the anxiety and, the other energies that may not be the best to feel. So I can make the intention to visualize a shield, a filter around me, and choose, okay, I want to pull in this energy for me to feel, but I want to keep this specific energy out. That will be best for a filter. And again, trust your own discernment and intuition on what you feel will be best for which situation for you, but that's just my general take for visualizing shields versus filters. Okay, all right. I believe this is number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, number 6. Okay. Yes. Okay. So whenever you feel overwhelmed, whether that's, with what's happening around you or your own thoughts or feelings, you're feeling triggered, whenever you start to feel that, again, overwhelmed, it's important for you to really focus on your physical senses. When you do this, you're actually grounding yourself. And when you're grounding yourself, you're actually making the intention to not absorb what's happening around you. You're making the intention to connect with the earth in some way, or you're making the intention to connect with your body, the physical reality. So if you are feeling overwhelmed in your personal space or your own thoughts or feelings, take a moment to stop what you're doing and focusing on, okay, what can I see? What's something I can see? What's something I can feel? What am I hearing right now? Am I tasting something? Focus on your physical senses. It will take you out of your head or out of the situation and make you come back to self. Or you can make the intention to actually ground, and it will help you not be so focused on that, okay? And that's actually something I feel like a lot of people forget. Like, people don't do it enough. Okay, number 7. This will involve crystals, okay? Now, you can absolutely wear crystals or keep them in your pocket or make, or put it in your car so that you're not absorbing negative energies around you. And just for some examples, you can have some black obsidian, black tourmaline, some hematite, or maybe amethyst, smoky quartz. All of these crystals, they block negative energies. They're very protective. So if you are utilizing these crystals, just by simply keeping them on you or carrying them, they're influencing your energy. So if you're holding a protective crystal or a defensive crystal, your energy is going to emulate that as well because you're connecting with that. So amethyst, black tourmaline, obsidian, hematite, and smoky quartz. Those are my go-tos, but there's other ones out there. Just understand that if you are using crystals to block or to stop absorbing these negative energies, just make sure that you are cleansing them, charging them, and programming them accordingly so that they can actually work the way you want them to. Because you can't just buy a crystal and hope that it works out, because you have to actually make it work for you with your energy and intention. Okay? All right, number 8. Yes. So this is similar. Let's say there's a specific person that is trying to take your energy away. They're either trying to drain you or they're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to throw you off, So a way to not absorb their projections or their evil eye or, what they're throwing at you basically is, again, you want to ignore this person. So take your energy away from them, because energy goes where attention goes. So if you're taking that away from them, they don't have that connection, that access to you. But you want to make sure that when you're ignoring them, I think it's best that you're also making a prayer or intention that your guides will shield you, because not all circumstances you can just ignore it, but this is the takeaway, is that you want to be in control over what you're paying attention to and what has access to you. So you simply not just giving that away. Like, you know, when you're letting people vent to you and you're listening to them all the time and they're just pouring out to you, you're absorbing their crap. So you can make the intention to not engage with that, to not tolerate that, to not pour your energy into that by simply not choosing it, whether that's ignoring it or just not going there. That's a very effective way that doesn't require any tools or whatever for you to stop absorbing this negative energy. And like, remember what I said in the earlier tip, is that not only ignoring them will help, but looking at their feet. If you know they're sending it to you and you don't want it, look at their feet. It will be sent right back to them. All right, number 9. Okay, so this is a little more intermediate, but I'm going to read it first. Use your light to trap their darkness into their field and seal it there. It is not for you to transmute. It's for them to transmute, or it's for them to heal. If they don't, that energy will integrate into their DNA, making it harder for them to ascend, and it will set them back. So what that means is, if you're skilled within energy manipulation or energy work, what you could do is you can make the intention to make an energy orb, and you can send this around the person. So you can literally seal their aura with light to contain their shadows. So if they're trying to send their negative energy to you, you can create the orb, send it to them, and then all their negative energy will be trapped within their aura, so they can deal with that. Because if they're always trying to project it outwards and you're like, oh no, I don't want that, just seal it, you deal with it, goodbye. And the thing with integrating it is that anything that you internalize or suppress, whether it's energies, emotions, thoughts, memories, anything like that, trauma, pain, if you're holding that in for, you know, after a while, it's going to stay there, and it's going to build up, and it's going to be harder for them to basically ascend or to raise their vibration to come out of that, because you're building and building upon that. Does that make sense? But yeah, you can make the intention to send energy to basically use your light to seal that in. And that is a very highly effective way, but I don't recommend using your own personal energy to do this. You can use energy from the sun, or energy from the full moon, or energy from Mother Earth, or crystals. You can use, you know, energy from a storm. Just don't, or even Reiki, just don't use your personal energy when you're using that technique, to use the light to seal it in them. Very effective, but don't use your own personal energy, because then you're giving them your energy, and then it's very draining. It's not sustainable, so don't do it, okay? And this is my last tip, number 10, okay? Ooh, yes. Okay, I love this one. Okay, I'm going to read it and then I'll go on to it. Okay. Shake and sweep off any energy that is no longer serving you. Take your imaginary zip from your belly button to your crown, then from your feet to your crown. Set the intention to repeat while doing this practice. So for example, you can say, I am placing the shield around myself. I am divinely protected. I will block anything that has a negative effect on me, my mind, body, and spirit, aura, or energy. I am a being of light. I am protected from negative people, places, things, and circumstances. Okay? So, I love this technique. I actually learned this from someone else, and I wish I remembered their name. It was so long ago, but I hope this helps you. So, when you feel negative energy around you or being sent to you, what you could do is you can shake, sweep off, okay? And then you can choose to zip up your aura so that nothing can come in or influence you. And you can say your own affirmation on your intention of doing so. And like I said, the affirmation that I said will be down below in the description box, but that's the gist of it, okay? Because when you're shaking and sweeping off, you're literally releasing. It's a form of release. And then you're making the intention to, okay, I shook it off. I don't want to absorb this. Now I'm going to seal myself, and this is my intention. So yes, those are the 10 ways on how you can stop absorbing the negative energy around you. Of course, you can also practice aura shielding and placing protection words around your personal space, because your personal space is an extension of your personal energy. But I hope these methods also help you along your journey, because that's what I'm here for. So I wish you the best. And if you have any questions, comment down below, and blessed be.